the country, record 17-6. He'll be going against Jamal Morris, a redshirt freshman. Currently 11-4 on the is his record.
Montoya is one of those wrestlers who's really physical. He'll punch you in the face if he can get away with it. Much like many MMA fighters from Albuquerque.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him in MMA after he's done competing in the wrestling. Very fun to watch wrestle, though.
Like the last two wrestlers, both these wrestlers are a little bit taller and longer for their weight class.
Very Lincoln trying to get that. Look like he's going for a high C or maybe a fireman's right there on the edge. And there is a stall call for Montoya, or against Montoya, excuse me.
The referee saw that he was backing out instead of putting pressure back in, trying to wrestle back into the match. So they're calling that flea in the mat. Where if Montoya would have circled a little bit and maybe pushed Morris out of bounds, then he would have avoided the stall call.
Morris in on that single leg to a double underlock. Nice weird little scramble there. Now Montoya in on the single leg, in between the legs. He turks that bottom leg, trying to find that other leg to get his head out.
Husker coach is calling for the referee to look for back points and potentially a pin here.
See Montoya trying to come out on top here. Now getting that leg caught. Maybe look in a potential dangerous call. The ref's going to stop that scramble.
That's what you call scrambled legs right there. You don't know whose leg is whose.
In a funky little position, but I would have liked to see how that kept going.
Montoya showing got some athleticism there. Little cartwheel motion to avoid that takedown. Montoya with a little touch and go to that single leg.
In a similar position we just seen. Morris trying to roll him through. And there's the 2-point takedown for Morris.
Got about a minute left here in the first period. Looks like Morris is looking for a cross-face cradle with that leg in. Hard to defend that when you're on bottom with the leg, with that leg in.
Not exactly sure how you would defend that. There's an out-of-bounds call. The NC State coach is really not liking that call.
Morris got 27 seconds riding time here. Montoya trying to get to his feet.
Trying to get to his feet there. Morris doing a good job of staying up under his arms. There's a return right there on the edge of the mat. Slipping that leg in, and then Montoya looking for the reversal. And there it is. There's a reversal. Almost getting riding time there. Montoya not letting it happen. He will end this period on top, which will bring the score 2-2, tied. Very entertaining first period.
A lot of scrambles. That's what we want to see in this sport.
You can see right there, just Morris trying to come on top with that with the leg, and then Montoya hipping all the way through. Ended up getting a 2-point reversal. Montoya going back down, starting the second period. Morris with 37 seconds of riding time. See him up to his feet.
I believe Morris had the choice, and his coaches elected for him to choose top. Montoya is really tough on top, as is Morris.
Very rare you see somebody choose top. There's the escape point. And the way these guys have been wrestling on their feet, I actually don't mind seeing them on their feet again.
Both wrestlers look like they're struggling to score from those ties, but both have hit attacks from the open. Little touch and go actions, misdirection actions too.
Montoya into that single leg on the left side. Again, that same position we've seen. This is the third time in a similar position, trying to get his head poked out. Still scoreless here. Or excuse me, still no points on that takedown. Montoya trying to come out on top.
Look for a cradle here.
Maybe even a possible cradle.
And some near fall.
And there's the 2-point takedown for Montoya. Brings the score 5-2. Excellent scrambling going on in this match. That position, we've seen it 3 times, and we've seen it go 3 different ways.
The wrestler who usually gets his head up there and weight back into the other wrestler's head usually wins those positions.
There's our first stall call for the Wolfpack in this match. Morris doesn't seem like he was working too much on the bottom position. Now finally getting his hips up and broken right back down.
That referee really wants action with even 25 seconds left. He's not letting that bottom man just coast through the rest of the match.
Five to 2 going into the third period. Montoya really trying to broaden his lead here. Morris taking neutral. Feels much more confident on his feet than that does on bottom, I feel.
Looks like he took a few extra rest seconds there.
Yeah, some of the Husker fans not appreciating, not hustling back to the center.
So that shot from the open that we've been seeing. Be interesting to see whose arms are longer. Put them next to each other and see who has the reach advantage. Much like MMA, that reach, just if you got an inch or 2 reach advantage, that can really help.
Montoya really favoring that single leg to the left side. You see Morris finally taking a shot, getting into that right side single. Montoya doing a good job defending it, going into that overhook.
Using that head as a weapon there as defense also.
That's right, when you get your head in the way, it's hard to shoot through somebody's head. There's a few people who can do it. There's not too many Jordan Burroughs and James Green who doesn't care what you put in the way, they're going to shoot through it anyway. Montoya again really favoring that left side, going for a high C.
Morris looks to be slowing down a little bit.
Just over 30 seconds left in the third period. Not too much action in this third period. We started out on our feet, haven't seen a takedown yet this period. Montoya trying to wrestle a smart match in these last 20 seconds. Keeping his butt towards the center, doesn't want to get hit for stalling here. Remember, he's already got a stalling call against him. Just keeping his rear end towards the center, trying to keep the match going. Again, he doesn't have to score here. Still taking another shot, getting that low single. And that same position, that same Turk position, this time actually getting his head out, and there's the 2-point takedown he's been looking for. That brings the score 7-2, and that's the end of the match. And that will tie this team score 9-9.
It's another position where many coaches they preach for their wrestlers to continually wrestle throughout the whole match and score at the end of matches, end of periods. And for Montoya there, he could have just shut down and played defense, but a lot of times the best defense is a good offense.